In the short term, your success depends on your intensity. In the long term, your success depends on your consistency. Do not sacrifice the latter for the former. And I think this is a mistake a lot of people make. That they think they can come in with this incredible fucking intensity. That they're motivated, they're hyped up. You know, I'm ready for change, I'm ready to do something different. This time, it's gonna all change. And they go fucking ham. They go all in. They're powering through this and they're like, you know, a man possessed. It's amazing to see. Results are coming in thick and fast. Everyone's like, holy shit, how'd this happen? And then the intensity becomes too much, or life happens. Or one of the ones I see quite frequently is you get the results you wanted. So that intensity just wanes and the consistency drops off. And then it stops. And then you revert back to who you were. And then you revert back to what you were doing. And lo and behold, all those results you achieved, everything that you managed to do, disappears like that. And we go in these cycles. And look, it's normal. It's so fucking normal that basically gym culture's built on it. It's what we're all built on. And there are, 1,001 90-day programs, 30-day detoxes, transformations, quick, results to you, 5-minute abs, all this kind of stuff. These high-intensity things for short periods of time. But you do need intensity. You need to get in and fucking change. You need to show up as a different person. But intensity doesn't mean fucking shit if you can't maintain it. Intensity doesn't mean anything if it all, stops and you don't maintain the consistency. Yesterday I surpassed a year. 365 days of chasing greatness. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think the reality of that has actually set in yet. I don't think how that's happened and the level of achievement has properly set in because, consistency and showing up is just life. It just is what it is to me. And I kind of get lost in that. I was talking to a friend about it and she was like, oh my God, you have to celebrate this. You have to do something about this. And I was like, but this is just who I am now. And I truly plan for it to be that way, that this is legitimately just who I am. This is just my life. This is just what I do. This is how I live and show up. Consistency, because consistency above everything else delivers results. Yes, you need intensity. Yes, you need to show up a certain way. Yes, you need to live and act in a certain manner, but overall it's just consistency that will dominate everything else as long as you can provide it enough intensity. But I think especially when we come to fitness, we're so accustomed to how the fitness industry is geared that it is built around this concept of the short-term sprint, not the long-term thing. So years and years and years ago, for my gym, I changed how I sell and structure my thing. So my minimum commitment for my gym is a year. I do 1, 2, and 3 year programs. And your average person opts for a 3-year. My average client stays for 5 years. I have clients who are coming up on 12 years with me. Because it takes fucking consistency. And that's not to say that I don't deliver results quickly, that I don't deliver turnaround results really well. I do. But as we've discussed before, the problem is when you structure it that way, people get these fucking phenomenal results and then they're good, and then they turn around and they leave and they're like, oh shit, it didn't work. No, it did work. You didn't continue to do the work. They are very different aspects. I can change people's worlds in a very short period of time. 4-6 weeks. I can deliver fucking phenomenal results, especially if you give me the intensity and the focus. But I don't want to just transform people for 6 weeks. I want to transform you for life. I want to deliver results that change who you are fundamentally as a human being. I want to change how you show up and how people perceive you. I want you to become that guy that people are like, well, what the fuck is he doing that he just goes from strength to strength? And he gets fitter, stronger, healthier every fucking year. Because that's who I want to be. And I don't want to share that with you. I want you to get that. I found that recently. We went to a family event for my in-laws. And gradually, so I've been with my wife for 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. And over the time, the stereotypical processing as people age has transpired. The people are getting fatter, people are getting out of shape. The people who were skinny and naturally get blessed, who didn't do anything, you are now seeing what happens when you don't change as you get older and all that kind of stuff. So we went out for 2 separate meals while we were away because we were celebrating a birthday. And during that time, I got some looks because we'd order food and I ordered a steak because you know how I eat. Meat and fruit. That's all I fucking eat. No matter where we go, I eat meat and fruit. And everybody's having drinks and everybody's having stuff. They're having drinks and cocktails and, eating all this food. And I sat there and I enjoyed fantastic fucking steak. And I had a couple of glasses of water. That was lovely. But I enjoyed myself. It was a good time. But the majority of them could not finish their food and their meat that they had. So one by one, I ate everybody's meal. Ate it all. Ate this. I ended up finishing. I ate my own. I finished both my kids. I finished 2 of the other kids' meals. And 3 other people's steaks. It was fantastic. I had a great time. I was like, this is great. I love getting extra food. Went to breakfast the next day. Same thing. I finished a whole bunch, everybody's eggs and bacon and all this kind of stuff. And there was one moment where a brother-in-law looked at me, looked at himself, looked at the food that I am just continually putting away. And you could see it on his face and he's like, how the fuck is this happening? Well, the answer is intensity plus consistency. 1, I didn't break. Yeah, I ate a shit ton of food over the weekend in comparison to others. But for me, that was well within par of what I'd normally consume. But I didn't dip out. I didn't have the other things. I just fucking ate meat the whole time. So I'm still within that. I'm still within my consistent level. And sure, you can look at this one abstract and go, how is he eating this much food? But 1, I only eat meat and protein, basically. And the fruit that comes from that. But I've done that consistently, without fail, for a fucking year. Of course I go from strength to strength. I work out twice a day. 1 weighted walk, 1 weighted workout. Every day. For a fucking year. Consistency and intensity. Because intensity creates success in the beginning and consistency creates success long term. Combine the fucking 2. Now you are cooking with gas. Now shit's on fire. That's how you get results. That's how you push yourself. And that applies to every area of your life. And it's hard. This is the one I come back to so many times. And people are like, well, how do you do it? And they're like, it's going to be hard. And I'm like, yeah, you're damn fucking right it's going to be hard. It's really fucking difficult. It would have been really easy then to just fit in with everybody else, to do what everybody else was doing. They had a couple of whiskeys that I would love to fucking try. There are a couple other things I would have loved to have eaten. But that's not what we're fucking doing. It's consistency, intensity. I know what matters to me. I know what's valuable to me. And in that moment, those things were not valuable. Those things weren't of the highest order. They were not the things that were going to deliver what I want out of my life. So I didn't opt for them. I didn't do them. It didn't diminish from my experience. It didn't take away from me being there. I wasn't less involved in any way, shape, or form. I didn't miss out. In fact, I thought it was fantastic. As I said, I got to eat 5 different meals. It was great. I had a great fucking time. But it comes down to how can you maintain it? And we spoke the other day about comfort being the silent killer. Comfort being the thing that will crush you overall. And it will. It absolutely will. But part of that is also that you can't stay stagnant. There is no maintaining. There is growth or deterioration. There is nothing in between. So you must find a way to keep elevating, to keep pushing forward. I've spoken to before, and I haven't quite gotten there, but more and more I feel it's coming, that I'm probably going to end up looking into doing some endurance races because I need a new challenge. I need something new to push me forward. And the abstract goals doesn't hold it the same. You need to keep finding things to push and to push and to push and to push. So once you reach a level, you've got to find the next level and the next level and the next level to see what's possible, what's out there, what are you capable of? Not just consistency and intensity, but the things that are going to push those to continue happening. Because as I said, a lot of people fall off when it comes to the intensity and the consistency because they reach the goal. They're like, my goal, standardly speaking, was to lose X number of kilos. As a general rule, I'm not fucking a fan of kilos because it's not a great measurement. The perfect example of me is, and you can check my Instagram, is the before and after photos of me from day 1 to day 365. I'm exactly the same weight. Like within 200 grams, the exact same weight I was. Different fucking human being. But if my goal was weight loss, I had failed miserably. No, my goal was to get into phenomenal fucking shape. And that job was achieved. My goal was to see my abs again. That goal was achieved. My goal was to stop being a fat fucking piece of shit. That goal was achieved. But that's how we need to change how we measure it. Because if you just go, well, that was achieved. Well, to be honest, I achieved that in the first 126 days. Job done. Would have been really easy to be like, well, hit cruise control. No, I went into the next phase of 126 to greatness. To keep pushing forward, to re-establish. I added new things. And to be honest, I'm 2 weeks out from finishing the phase 3 of 126 to greatness. I need to, some point in those next 2 weeks, truly sit down and map out what phase 4 is going to look like. Because this is just going to be my life from now on. This is just who I am as a human being. And I need to work out, well, what that shit's going to look like. How am I going to level up in this next phase? How am I going to keep that intensity and that consistency? To keep pushing for success, to keep pushing to the next levels, to make sure, well, I don't settle and I don't be like, this is good enough. Oh, how many dreams and lives have been ruined by good enough? There's no settling. There's no, that's good enough. No, we keep striving. We keep pushing. And to be honest, I don't know where it's going to end up, but I want to set another standard. I want to set something that's so fucking unreasonable that it makes me uncomfortable. That it's such an unreasonable standard that I look at it and go, fuck, can I do that? But that's the whole point. Like, so many people come into things and they go, well, you know, if I achieved, let's say 5 kilos, I'd be pretty stoked. That'd be nice. cool. That's not really anything to get you out of bed in the morning. That's not something that is really going to push you forward. I legit believe that when you set goals, they should make you horrendously uncomfortable. You should look at that and go, I don't think that's possible. And that's where you should be, because the man I am right now cannot achieve that. But the man I'm becoming can. The man I'm going to be can. The man I am gonna make myself into can achieve those goals. That is when you know you've set something good. That's when you know you're going to get up in the morning and be like, I've got shit to prove today. I got shit to get done. I can't lollygag about. I can't just be sitting back and relaxing and cruising. No. If I'm going to achieve that, shit has to get real. I have to get uncomfortable. I have to push myself. As I said, that's why I know probably sometime in the next 12 months, I'm going to sign up for some form of endurance race and run that. Because the man I am right now cannot do that. He fundamentally cannot do that. Look, I'm in pretty great fucking shape. My weighted walks have put me into pretty good fucking shape. And I'll be curious to see what like my 5K pace looks like when I get there. But I know for a fact, mentally, physically, straight up to joints wise, I am not sure that I am capable of running an endurance event yet. That's why I'm going to set that challenge. That's why I need to sit down and work out what my challenges for phase 4 are going to look like, because I need something to push me beyond that. I want to get uncomfortable again. I truly feel like in this last phase that, well, I settled a little bit. That I got to a point I was like, this is good. Never got to good enough, which is the full nail in the coffin, but I'm damn close. I'm like, this is good. Like, my weighted workouts and my weighted walks, pretty comfortable. I snapped myself back out of it in my workouts. I did. In about like a month ago, I really was like, nah, you're just kind of going through the motions a little bit here. It's time to get fucking uncomfortable. It's time to push it. It's time to leave everything out there on every workout, on every set, on every rep. How much more can you take? Because it wasn't, mentally taxing me anymore. It wasn't pushing me to that limit anymore. I was just like, oh, well, yeah, did my workout, tick the box. Same with my weighted walks. I was like, oh, I ticked that box. I haven't been pushing myself. I haven't been getting after it. I haven't gone as hard as I could. I lost the intensity a little bit on there. Yeah, the consistency was still there, and that's my saving grace. That's what kept me going. That's what made me able to keep reaching certain goals. But yeah, I was just ticking boxes. Well, what if I ramped up the intensity? What if I really pushed things forward? What if I gave it a bit more? Well, what then? What could my goals have been? What could I have achieved having done that, having given so much more to it? And that's the question. That is the honest to God question that I need to keep asking. That's the one I need to keep showing up with. That's the one that needs to be answered. Because, well, otherwise what's the point? And it's hard. It's hard to keep the consistency up. It's hard to keep that intensity up. It's hard to keep pushing at that level. But if you're not, well, what's the point of the life? What's the point of what you're doing? What's the point of everything you're showing up? You're just existing. You're not living. You're existing. The whole point is to keep reaching new levels, to see who you can become, to see what you are capable of, to challenge yourself, to put yourself out of your comfort zone, to try new things, to have new experiences, to just experience life. We weren't put on this earth to exist. We were here to experience it. We were here to be challenged and pushed ourselves and see what's fucking possible. And that's what I want to get from life. It's about having the greatest life possible. And having the greatest life possible isn't about sedation. It's about challenging yourself. It's about showing up with intensity, showing up with consistency, and just continuing to push forward to see what is possible. And that's what this is about. So if you're ready for that, if you're ready to see what the combination of intensity and consistency can achieve for you, to see how much you can transform your life, not only in a rapid period of time, but in an elongated period of time as well, shoot me a message. Let's get you into Chasing Greatness Daily. Let's begin that process now. Now, as always, if you're not quite there yet, click the link in my bio, grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness. And lastly, as always, if this spoke to you, if you enjoyed it, if you know someone who needs to hear this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. But most importantly, please hit that subscribe button, because it helps me, it helps you, it helps the algorithm. It lets the universe know that you're fucking serious about achieving some greatness in your life. That even if this is just the beginning step, you are serious about doing something different with your life. So hit that subscribe button, because like everything in Chasing Greatness Daily, I am here every single fucking day. Rain, hail, or shine. No matter what. It's been 365 days. Let's see what another 365 days can do. So hit that subscribe button, because I'll be back again tomorrow, and I expect to see you then.